Welcome to YOLO Texas, and this is our team of traveling Texans. Ride shotgun with us as we visit breathtaking views, check out heart-racing attractions, and taste mouth-watering foods that only this great state has to offer.
There's tamale in there. I don't know why I was so surprised about that.
Why, you ask? Well, to simply put it, YOLO! You only live once, Texas. Hey y'all, welcome to YOLO Texas, your go-to guide for all the things that put the great in the great state of Texas. I'm your host, AC, and on today's episode, we're going to the coastline where you'll find sharks, dolphins, and plenty of fish at the Texas State Aquarium. But first, we're headed to Bandera, where once a year, they like to bring a little bit of the Big Easy to Texans with a little Mardi Gras celebration of their own, Texas style.
Here we go.
Welcome to Bandera, the cowboy capital of the world. Known for its honky-tonk, rodeo, and biker culture, it's got a lot of love. But comparing it to New Orleans, that's a bit of a stretch. New Orleans is all about the Old South, Big Easy, and brass band nightlife. And Bandera is a little slice of that frontier, country music, and small-town Texas charm. They're both great, but maybe not a lot in common. Except here in Bandera, like Louisiana, they have their own little get-together to celebrate New Orleans' signature holiday, which is Mardi Gras. And in fact, there's Mardi Gras celebrations all over the place, like Brazil, Belgium, and well, here in Bandera, cowboy capital of Texas. Although it's known best as a New Orleans holiday, Mardi Gras is actually celebrated all over the world as part of the carnival season leading up to Lent. It's a celebration of music and merriment, drinking and dancing, food and fun. And to help me get a handle on all that Bandera's Mardi Gras has to offer, I met up with James, owner of 11th Street Cowboy Bar. The biggest party of the year here at Bandera, Texas. How long has it been going on and how has it grown throughout the years?
Okay, it's the 13th annual at the 11th Street Cowboy Bar, and we're the host of the event through the parade, through the gumbo cook-off, through everything that happens in town this weekend. We're expecting 8,000 to 10,000.
Holy moly, bless your soul.
And also, we're able to infuse the culture of Zydeco music, and Zydeco music coupled with country western music, with horses, parades, floats, festival. It's really a good event. People dressed up in tutus and crawfish suits. Now that we have the parade coming up, we would love to have you join us on the parade.
Me?
Yes, on the float.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I will have to gear up a little bit, but...
We'll get you a mask.
Okay,
or something, yeah.
I would be delighted to do that.
Okay,
So I got my mask on and James invited me to go on his float and of course I said yes. Did I mention that I absolutely love my job? Yeah! Let's do this! What started as a single car event has now grown into a massive parade where folks from far and wide line along Main Street in Bandera, Texas in hopes of grabbing their own piece of Mardi Gras fun.
Take a picture of the street and the people here. What a great time they're having.
Mardi Gras Bandera is different like any other Mardi Gras in Texas. We've got cowboy hats, boots, spurs, chaps. It's just a really neat experience. We've probably been coming for the last 10 years. They do a fabulous job putting this together, and we enjoy it every year. We actually came down or up from Corpus this year.
I have seen more people come from all over. So I see people from Dallas, Houston, from Louisiana. They come from all over just for this event.
And believe it or not, this parade is just the beginning of this annual party. All right, so if you thought the parade was colorful, well, Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because in just a few minutes, we'll be seeing the most beautiful and intricate costumes you will ever see right inside for a costume contest. So let's go inside, check out who the winner is.
Bring your money, bring a good time, and bring a great attitude, because you're gonna see everything you want to see and then some.
As fierce and fun as all the competition was, there could only be one winner, and this time, one particular peacock stood out above the rest.
I love the 11th Street Bar, and I won first place.
All right, so all of this excitement has got me pretty hungry, but luckily for us, there's plenty of food options to choose from. They have gumbo, and gumbo. So what do you say? Let's go try some gumbo. Now, that is good. What did you put in this?
Chicken and shrimp.
Ooh, lots of flavor with a nice kick at the end. Come on, I gotta work.
Clean your palate.
You gotta do one with me. YOLO, here you go. Camera guy says yes.
When you're cooking on an open flame out here, you have about 4 or 5 hours to do it. At home, it takes 8 or 9 hours. So the deal is, Bandera is small, but this is super cool. There's a lot of people that are enjoying themselves, hanging out, having a good time. We're not in New Orleans, we're in central Texas, the hill country, and we're doing it just as big as they are.
Their gumbo was so good, they ran out. We can't try it. Okay, so here at the Cowboy Mardi Gras, you'll find all kinds of creatures down the street. But when I say creatures, I mean that literally. Look at this guy. So, what can you expect from a Texas-style Mardi Gras parade? Well, colorful costumes, enormous floats, and of course, a whole lot of cowboys.
So after a day of parades, contests, and delicious gumbo, I gotta say, if you're in Texas during Mardi Gras, Bandera is the place to be. It exceeded all my expectations, and I cannot wait to come back next year at 11th Street Cowboy Bar.
Got a pair of boots you need to break in? Well, head on over to 11th Street Cowboy Bar and get the full experience of small-town Texas hospitality. Coming up next on YOLO Texas, Ariel Monte takes a trip to Corpus Christi's Texas State Aquarium. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back to the show where we're getting up close and personal with some of the most incredible sea creatures from across the globe at the Texas State Aquarium. So let's send it over to Ariel Monte back in her hometown, Corpus Christi.
Located in Corpus Christi's scenic North Beach, the Texas State Aquarium takes visitors on an incredible journey where they can encounter over 460 different species of spectacular aquatic life. Their mission? To engage people with animals, inspire appreciation for our seas, and to support wildlife conservation.
Welcome to my hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas. Today, we're at a very special place. We're at the Texas State Aquarium, where I'm going to take you on a journey where you're going to meet some of the most magnificent animals you've ever seen.
I met with the president and CEO of the Texas State Aquarium, Tom Schmid.
So can you tell me a little bit about the overall experience here at the aquarium?
Sure, so we're really excited about our Caribbean journey. This is a brand new expansion to the Texas State Aquarium that was finished a little less than a year ago, starting from the upland jungles through the coastal habitats and out into the big coral reefs. Visitors will be able to experience every habitat that you would imagine trekking through the Yucatan. Now with the Caribbean journey, we're moving guests on a journey from the Gulf into the Western Caribbean Sea. What we really want to do is teach people about all the animals, but particularly there's a couple of target species: corals, sharks, sea turtles. For example, a lot of people are scared about sharks, and what we really try to get folks to understand is the vast majority of the sharks are completely harmless to people, but unfortunately sharks have a lot more to fear from us. Believe it or not, a lot of the shark populations in the Atlantic are almost on the endangered status. There's a lot of exciting things for folks to do here. This is a great place for folks to have a great family experience. So from dolphins to river otters to our sharks, even our 4D theater, there's a lot to see here. It's really about a half-day experience now. And so we hope folks come here, they experience all these things, but we also want them to learn a little bit along the way.
Once again, thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about the Texas State Aquarium. I'm super excited to get started, so come on, let's go ahead and go.
From stingrays to barracudas to some pretty serious looking sharks, the aquarium's newest exhibit, Caribbean Journey, takes visitors deep below the surface to the twisted wreckage of a sunken Spanish ship, putting them face to face with some of the most infamous ocean predators.
Okay, so where exactly are we?
So we are in the Yucatan jungle. These are our 12 flamingos. There's birds all around you. And then kind of once you get through here, you open up into the greater kind of coastal communities, which is our large HEB shark habitat, as well as our coral reef exhibit.
You said shark habitat.
Shark habitat. The sharks, all the eels, the stingrays are all right here. And so you're as close as you can be. And so it's kind of a unique experience and one of the rare aquarium experiences in the country. And so a lot of people know what the Great Barrier Reef is off Australia. The Mesoamerican Barrier Reef is the second largest reef system in the world. We've got a smaller hawksbill sea turtle. This is a rescue animal from the Padre Island National Seashore. You have this unique view from above, but you can also go downstairs and you can look at it from underwater as well as get into a bubble and you can kind of see that. We actually track how much they eat.
How many calories does a shark eat?
2,500 to 3,000 calories per feeding, which might be spread over a couple of days. These are some decent sized animals.
Speaking of calories, it was time to feed these magnificent creatures. Nobody likes a hungry shark.
So we start off by distracting our small fish. We have a lot of small fish in the exhibit, and we want to reduce the competition between all of the animals. We actually row out on a boat. Each of us will have a PVC pole that has a slit cut into the bottom, and we'll put 1 to 2 fish on that pole, and we'll focus on feeding 1 to 2 sharks at a time. So it takes the 2 of us up here feeding, and then we actually have a third person that will be watching down below at the window below us, and they're keeping a record with a clipboard. They're watching that feed, tracking how much they're getting.
What exactly are you going to feed them?
So today we have a fish called capelin, and so it's a small cold water fish about 6 inches long. It's very high in protein. But on other days, they also get something called jumbo squid, which is a big squid that's about 1 foot long. Okay. So we just like to offer them variety.
Now that the sharks were fed and happy, it was time to meet another less intimidating critter.
All right, we're here with Lauren Wilson, the curator for birds and mammals here at the Texas State Aquarium, and we have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce her?
Yes, this is Xena. She is our two-toed Linnaeus sloth. She is about 3 years old, and guests can see her pretty much every day on exhibit or even sometimes free roaming around our free flight aviary.
There you go, Xena. How did she get the name Xena?
Actually is short for the order of mammals that she belongs to. She's okay, she's just eating.
Bye, Xena.
There are actually 3 different exclusive encounters that our guests can book here. There is a Feed the Fish, Feed the Flock, and Dolphin Discovery. So if anyone is interested in getting more behind the scenes with our animals and even get to feed some of our animals, booking one of those exclusive encounters is a must-do.
There you go. Y'all are incredibly messy eaters.
Flamingos actually feed by tipping their heads upside down. They will take a whole mouthful of water with all of those little invertebrates in it and filter it out of their beak.
Don't go away. After the break, we get to encounter one of the ocean's friendliest and smartest creatures. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back to YOLO Texas, where we sent our co-host Ariel under the sea. See what I did there? No? Okay. At the Texas State Aquarium, let's just say she's met some pretty interesting creatures.
As much fun as I was having exploring everything the Texas State Aquarium had to offer, I was getting a little hungry, so I stopped for a bite to eat at the Pepsi Shoreline Grill.
Time to eat. Box water, because we're saving the oceans. Make sure when you visit the Texas State Aquarium, you grab a bite here. So good.
After lunch, it was time for another immersive underwater adventure, but this time through a cinematic 4D adventure. Want an even closer look at some of your favorite aquatic creatures? Then get ready for an experience you won't soon forget. The Texas State Aquarium offers visitors the chance to go behind the scenes, letting them feed and interact with birds, sharks, sea turtles, and yes, even dolphins.
All right, if my job wasn't cool enough already, I'm here with Merritt Grusecki. She's a trainer here at the Texas State Aquarium, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about these wonderful creatures that are right behind us.
That's right. These guys are Kai and Shadow. They're our two oldest dolphins here at the aquarium. We have 2 dolphin shows a day where you can meet our whole bottlenose dolphin family. And if people want to learn even more about our dolphins and actually get to interact with them, we're offering a special Discover Dolphins program every Saturday and Sunday.
That sounds awesome. So I'm going to get to learn a few hand signals, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this is Kai. And he's on his way down to say hello. Go ahead and wave hello at Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Yes, perfect. And then the next thing you're gonna do is just kind of dance back and forth.
No.
Like that. Perfect. Keep going. Awesome. Great job.
He's like, I know.
That was pretty good dancing, huh? Absolutely.
So how long does it take to train the dolphins here?
Well, it depends on what behavior we're training with them. Simpler behaviors like the noises that they make that they're already doing, that could take a single training session, but larger, more complicated behaviors, that could take several months for them to learn because we need to break it down into small steps. It's such a privilege to be able to work with them. I love every day working with our dolphins, and it's amazing to get to know their personalities, and it's so fun to have them as coworkers.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a privilege just standing here and being with you and Kai and Shadow.
Thank you. That's pretty nice, huh, boys?
Want to check out the Texas State Aquarium for yourself? Visit the link below to learn more.
After the break, we are giving you a sneak peek of what's to come in future shows right here on YOLO Texas. Welcome back to YOLO Texas, and before we wrap up and give you a sneak peek of the shows to come, we want to send a big thank you to our friends over in Bandera and Corpus Christi. We had an absolute great time visiting, and we can't wait to be back. So here's more information on the places you saw today. Got a pair of boots you need to break in? Well, head on over to 11th Street Cowboy Bar and get the full experience of small town Texas hospitality. Time you plan a trip to the coast, be sure to visit the Texas State Aquarium. And if you can, maybe say hi to the sloth and dolphins for me and tell them YOLO Texas sent you. And now that we got you filling up your calendar, here's some more events going on around the Lone Star State. while you're making plans this spring, don't forget about the newest ride coming to Six Flags Fiesta Texas, the Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster. This technological marvel is a first-of-its-kind single I-beam rail. Riders sit in a single file and plummet down a 90-degree drop. The unique design gives an open-air, unobstructed view as folks twist and turn above the stunning 100 feet quarry walls. So be sure to follow us on social media for more details coming soon. Missed previous episodes? No worries, we got you covered. Check out our website at yolotx.com for complete shows and segments. Hope you enjoyed what you saw today, so here's a little preview of what's to come later this year. Cheers.
There you go.
Cheers, y'all. All right, that is all the time we have here today on YOLO Texas. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And remember, it's a big world out there, so get out and explore it. You know what they say, you only live once, Texas. We'll see y'all next week.